It's the David Show Special, commemorating the 300th anniversary of the arrival of Dr. Benjamin Franklin. Featuring the Quizmaster, fun surprises, and more. And now, here's your host, David Washington.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special David Show, the Benjamin Franklin Special, and look at this wonderful span of the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. If you'd like more information about the Benjamin Franklin Bridge, make sure you watch some prior episodes of The Bridges of Philadelphia, taped 2 years ago. It's still on YouTube, so here's the description. Click it, and I hope you like it after this show is done. Today we're celebrating Benjamin Franklin's anniversary. This day, October the 6th, 1723, 300 years ago, Benjamin Franklin first came to Philadelphia from Boston and then New York. Here is the story from Benjamin Franklin himself. But first, subscribe to KDJW, here it is, and then hit the bell icon for further information. And now, without further ado, here is the story about Dr. Benjamin Franklin first coming to Philadelphia.
My brother wasn't at all pleased with my letters I've written for the New England Courant. At age 17, I left my apprenticeship without James's permission, and in doing so, I became a fugitive. I arrived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania colony, on October 6, 1723, and made my start in the city that loves me back. Oh yes, and how did I get there? I took a ship. And now, back to you, David.
I thank you. That was a very touching story, but too bad about what happened. Silence do good and things, yes. So, today we're going to talk about this first part of the program about the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. Isn't that nice? We have gone back through the archives, and Johnny Gilbert will explain to you about the construction and everything about the Benjamin Franklin Bridge and when was it named the Benjamin Franklin Bridge. Hang on tight, because here it comes. The Benjamin Franklin Bridge is a suspension bridge across the Delaware River connecting Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and Camden, New Jersey. The chief engineer of the bridge was Polish-born Ralph Majeski. The design engineer was Leon Moiseff. The supervising architect was Paul Philip Cray, and the construction engineer was Montgomery B. Chase. Work began on January 6, 1922. At the peak of construction, 1,300 people worked on the bridge, and 15 died during its construction. The span of the Benjamin Franklin is 1,750 feet. The width is 128 feet, and the total length is 9,573 feet. The bridge was originally painted by a commercial painting company owned by David A. Salkind of Philadelphia, which also painted the Golden Gate Bridge. The bridge opened to traffic on July 1st, 1926, just 3 days ahead of its scheduled opening on the nation's 150th anniversary. Finally, the name was changed from Delaware River Bridge to Benjamin Franklin Bridge in 1955. The Benjamin Franklin Bridge carries I-676 and US Route 30, but only the New Jersey section of the bridge carries 676, as the section of the bridge approaching on the Pennsylvania side are not up to interstate highway standards, including at grade traffic crossings. The Pennsylvania section of I-676 ends at the ramps to I-95. I-676 is signed across the bridge from both sides, however, to be less confusing to drivers. The bridge also carries the Patco High-Speed Line with service to Lindenwold, New Jersey. Lastly, NJ Transit bus service operates on the Benjamin Franklin
from Philadelphia to Camden and the Walter Rand Transportation Center. And now, here's David.
Well, Johnny Gilbert, thank you very much. That was very informational. And you can catch that same insert on The Bridges of Philadelphia, Episode 3, The Benjamin Franklin Bridge. It is really great stuff. Well, we're going to take a small break, but first, our special guest, Quizmaster, Dr. Benjamin Franklin, the man who told you his own story about how he came to Philadelphia, he will be conducting the quizzes today. So, here comes Dr. Benjamin Franklin and quiz number 1. And here it is.
Hello, I'm Dr. Benjamin Franklin, inviting you to join me for the Quizmaster, the Benjamin Franklin edition. Here is round number 1, and please cue the theme music.
Dr. Franklin,
Yes, Mr. Strongbacks?
we are going to do something a bit different on this episode of the Quizmaster on this program.
Yes, go on.
Well, since David Washington is touting about Let There Be Drums this October, we are going to do something different when David Washington plays the theme.
You mean, a drum cover, they call it?
Yes.
Oh boy, I can hardly wait. And that's after I read the quiz, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, Chuck and David and everybody, let's get started with round number 1. What mode of transportation did I, Benjamin Franklin, use when arriving in Philadelphia? Is it A, hitched a carriage, B, a ship, or C, rode a horse? We'll figure out the answer after this. Now, play some of that thinking music, Mr. Washington.
That was beautiful, Ben. Thank you very much. I hope you have listened carefully to that first quiz. When we come back, we're going to the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. But first, this message of interest for you.
Welcome back to the Quizmaster and the David Show program. Before we get started, here is the answer to this quiz. It is B, a ship. I have sold off some of my possessions and used the money to aboard a ship from Boston to New York and New York to Philadelphia. Stay tuned for question number 2, and remember, it is a single answer quiz only.
I thank you, Dr. Benjamin Franklin, for that wonderful, stirring quiz. That was round 1 of the Quizmaster, and I hope you got the answer right. Stay tuned for episode 2 of the Quizmaster Benjamin Franklin edition right here on this program. We are right here at the foot of the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, which is the most huge street thoroughfare in America. But the question is, who is the man responsible for this huge thoroughfare? We'll find out as Chuck Strongbacks bring you the information and history about the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. And hope you be listening and learning with us.
Hi, Chuck Strongbacks here. Let's get started. The Benjamin Franklin Parkway, formerly known as the Fairmount Parkway, was opened and built in the year 1917 by architect Jacques Reber of Paris, France. This is a 1 mile stretch from 16th and Arch Streets all the way rounding Eakins Oval and back again at the Philadelphia Art Museum. The Art Museum was later on built in the 1920s with the architect by the name of Julian Abel, an African-American architect. And now, here's David Washington.
And I thank you, Chuck Strongbeck, for this magnificent factoids about the Ben Franklin Parkway. Jacques Reber, what a guy. Brilliant. We're right here at this board right behind me of the Parkway Museum's district. And I'm going to tell you about all the usual stuff happening here in Philadelphia's greatest section. Here we go with number 1, Boathouse Row. Hours of operation may vary. Phone number to call for them is 215-685-8100. Picturesque collection of historic buildings comprises an important center to United States rowing community. Lots of boats rolling around the Schuylkill River all the time. For more on that, make sure you see the movie Kimberly. It's made in Philadelphia, Boathouse Row. It's really fun. I wonder what's going to happen to those lights. Has not been lit in a long time, right? Maybe some months to come, you know? Here we go with number 2, the famous Waterworks. The collection of beautiful classical buildings was built between 1819 and 1822 to provide fresh drinking water, WOODER, in the city of Philadelphia. Hours of operation, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5, Sunday, 1 to 5, closes Mondays and holidays, 685-0723. That's where you call them, okay? That's the famous Waterworks Fairmount, near the Fairmount Dam and the Schuylkill River. Number 3, the Art Museum, Yo Adrian. Hours of operation, Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 5, Wednesday and Friday. Main office building opens until 8:45. 215-763-8100. Over 220,000 works of art, including the famous 72 steps of the Art Museum's steps. Rocky Balboa run there back in 1976. Years way after Julian Abel sketched it to its complete grooviness right there. Number 4, the Perlman Building, which is also a stop point of the Philadelphia Art Museum. And the number to call is still the same from the Art Museum. It houses lots of stuff, prints, drawings, photographs, costumes, textiles, and all the modern and contemporary design. Number 4, go directly to jail. What jail? Easter State Penitentiary. That's stop number 5. It is the vault that skylit cells once held the flamboyant bank robber known as Slick Willie Sutton and gangster Al Capone. Today stands in ruin as a castle-like forest with a surprising eerie beauty. Hours of operation are April through November, daily 10 to 5, closes on the holiday season, 215-236-3300. Coming up next is the Rodin Museum. I'm not going to go through the numbers, just go through the rest of it. I hope you enjoy this one right here. Come on up there is number 6. Rodin Museum, opened in 1929 by Jules Mastbaum. And the thinker is right there. And hope you don't mind making a small donation to the Rodin Museum for the upkeep. It's very nice. Number 7, the Barnes Foundation. It was established in 1922 by a guy named Dr. Albert C. Barnes. Isn't that great? Number 8, the famous Philadelphia Free Library, opened 2nd June 1927, years before I was born, on the year of 7. I can't tell you the rest. There is no admission to come into the library, and call the number for more details. We're going to the Franklin Museum, opened in 1933 along the Parkway. And you can find many exhibits and all the fun stuff. Like last time, the famous Disney exhibit was going on until, well, the fall of this year. Moore College of Art and Design, built by, well, in 1848. Sarah Peter was the lady behind the situation. Here we go with number 11, the Academy of Natural Sciences at Drexel Museum, founded in the year of 1812. Bada-bada-bada-bada-bum-bum. Number 12, the Cathedral Basilica of St. Peter and Paul. It was opened in 1864. Pretty cool, huh? Now, stop number 13, the Friends Select School, pre-K through 12, greatest school in Center City, Philadelphia. And I hope you guys got your diploma. It's really important. Mine is a terrible thing to waste. Here we go with stop number 14, the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, founded in 1805, and is not far around the area. Pretty cool, huh? The Masonic Temple, we're going through the Broad Street area now. Masonic Temple, dedicated in 1873, just like about a couple of years after City Hall broke ground. What City Hall? Well, we're going to go through there very shortly. The Pennsylvania Convention Center, it was a marketplace since, well, 1653. And the big convention center is home to the auto show, the flower show, conventions, tattoo conventions, and so much more right there at Broad Street area. And I hope you enjoy it. That was really fun. Now here it is, City Hall. We all know the story of City Hall, built 30 years. For more on that, watch The David Show. City Hall Revisited. I have all the scoop about this behemoth governmental building, which is groovy. And finally, Dilworth Park, named after Philadelphia's mayor, Richardson Dilworth. And those are the 18 situations along the great Benjamin Franklin Parkway from start to finish. Time for round 2 of the Quizmaster. Dr. Benjamin Franklin, do your stuff.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We better put your thinking caps on for this next round quiz. And this is a single answer quiz. The 14 letters were first printed in 1722 under what pseudonym? David Washington, play your drum. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The answer to this quiz, single answer quiz, no A, B, or C needed, is Mrs. Silence Dogood. Yep, I used that synonym while printing the paper. And what paper, you may ask? The New England Courant. Now back to David.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Franklin. That was a very excellent quiz. That was round 2 of the Quizmaster. Stay tuned for round 3 coming up at the end of the program, and a little surprise for you viewers out there. We're standing here at one of 5 public squares in Philadelphia. Remember that map you saw from the last program, The David Show, about City Hall? Here's the map again. Yep, this is Logan Square. Logan Square sits with the famous Swan Fountain over here and the view of City Hall, which is one of the most iconic buildings in Philadelphia. We hope you enjoyed the program so far, and we are just moments away from telling you what's coming up here on DJ Wash 5 Productions. It's a brand new series on drums and music. And here is announcer Rod Roddy to tell you all about it. Rod, take it away.
Thank you, David. This is Rod Roddy, inviting you to join us for Let There Be Drums, a very groovy program of programs, with David Washington behind the Yamaha YD Series kit and ready to belt out some great classic tunes from yesteryear. And now, back to you, David Washington.
Thank you, Rod. That was pretty fun. So, catch this flick, Let There Be Drums, coming this October, along with this program, as you're watching right now, on KDJW5. And now, here comes the last and final round of the Quizmaster Benjamin Franklin edition. Top it off, Dr. Benjamin Franklin.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the third and final round of the Quizmaster Benjamin Franklin edition. How long is the Benjamin Franklin Parkway? Is it A, 2 miles, B, 1 mile, or C, half of a mile? David, do your stuff.
I hope you were listening to some of our programming, so you better pay close attention to that third question. So, we'll be right back after this on The David Show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So sweet to pot, but it has been a wonderful program. The answer to this quiz is B, 1 mile. A mile length from the City Hall to the Art Museum where Rocky Balboa says Adrian. Yo, it's not Adrian, it's Adrian! Oh, right, Mr. Balboa. Thank you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching and learning with us on The Quizmaster, the Benjamin Franklin edition. Remember, God helps those who helps themselves.
Thank you very much, Dr. Franklin and everybody. That was a great Quizmaster. 3 rounds of the Quizmaster. The Benjamin Franklin edition, that was sheer genius, wasn't it? That was great. Well, right here at Philadelphia's Eakins Oval and the Art Museum right behind me, many parades, concerts, fireworks were happening right here at the famous Eakins Oval, including the Puerto Rican Day Parade. That was pretty excellent. I want to make a personal shout out to Aliana Gomez and WPVI TV for the best in entertainment and the great parades, including the Thanksgiving Day Parade, which is coming next month. And I hope the Philadelphia Phillies will do a great job in getting us back to the big show. I love it. Well, we're going to end things off with something different. I'm giving you a sample of what you'll be seeing on Let There Be Drums. Marcello Giombini, a composer, musical writer for the movie Sabata. Sabata was back in 1969, directed by Fred Kramer, and stars Lee Van Cleef, William Berger, and the gang. He has composed a myriad of songs for that movie back in 1969. And I'm going to play one of them for you, my viewing audience and friends and family here on TV5. It's called The Theme of Sabata, the end theme where Sabata rides off with his black horse with all of his money. That is pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Sabata, Lee Van Cleef. And there's one in 1970 called Adios Sabata featuring Yul Brynner. Interesting, huh? Who plays the better Sabata, Lee Van Cleef or Yul Brynner? Well, we'll find out. Well, that's all for the David Show. David Washington saying, have your vehicles gas and oiled. We're so glad you joined us, and happy 300th to Dr. Benjamin Franklin coming to Philadelphia. So long, everybody.